Welcome to St. Vincent College's 164th Spring Commencement. We extend a very special welcome to the graduating class of 2010 and the loved ones who have come to celebrate their achievement. Today, we gather to confer 17 graduate and 308 undergraduate degrees to these worthy recipients. Please remain standing, and gentlemen, remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave,
Thank you to the St. Vincent College Jazz Chorus under the direction of Assistant Professor of Music Tom Octave for a wonderful job. Please remain standing for the Most Reverend Lawrence E. Brandt, Bishop of Greensburg, who will offer the invocation this afternoon.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, as we gather here on this auspicious occasion, we are mindful of how gifted we are through our participation in the world of knowledge and formation at this college. We have come to know that knowledge alone is not our destiny as transcendent beings, but rather truth. And through this institution's Catholic mission, we know that truth is a person, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, who calls us to goodness as his disciples through the truth we have embraced in him. This call impels us then to serve him and others in this world by bringing our knowledge to bear in the pursuit of goodness, human development, justice, and peace. Lord Jesus, this day brings us to the full realization of what the support of others has meant to us along this journey. And so we commend in particular to your goodness our parents, families, friends, and benefactors who have helped us to come to this moment. Lord Jesus, what we have received as a gift, you enjoin us to give freely as a gift. Empower us then to be heralds of your truth and messengers of your love to all whom our education has called us and prepared us to serve, so that we may be instruments of your peace and justice in this world. Help us to touch the lives of others with our God-given gifts, so that they may know that through us, God's loving providence has truly been at work among them. Amen.
Thank you, Bishop Brandt. Please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. H. James Toohey, President of St. Vincent College, to give welcoming remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Smetanka. Thank you, Bishop Brandt, for the beautiful prayer. And good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of Chancellor Archabbot Douglas, Board of Directors Chairman Chris Donahue, Seminary Rector Justin Matro, and Chairman of the Seminary Board of Trustees John Morris, and also on behalf of our Vice President Smetanka and Dean Kaler, and our Vice Presidents, Deans, Administrators, Faculty Council President Dr. Fisher, and all of our faculty members and staff. I want to welcome you to the 2010 commencement exercises of St. Vincent College. I want to extend a very special welcome to our speaker, Maestro Manfred Honeck, and to his wife, Christiane, and to their family seated over here. Welcome to the Honeck family. We're thrilled to have you here today. I also want to recognize the many members of the Benedictine community with us today. One of these men, Brother Norman Hips, will be inaugurated in October as my successor as the 17th president of St. Vincent College. We wish you the very best, Brother Norman, and congratulations. And now to this bright and beautiful, wonderful class of 2010. This great day has finally arrived, and we're so very proud of you. So I want to extend a special welcome to you, and very especially to your parents and other family members and friends who are here to share in this special day, including those watching these proceedings on big screens in the Performing Arts Center and Carey Lounge. This glorious day for the class of 2010 would not be possible without the loving support and financial sacrifices that your parents and others made. So it's appropriate that before we go forward with today's program, we pause for a moment while our graduates and all of us thank your parents and family members for what they did to help make the dream of a college degree for you come true. As many of you know, this is my last commencement exercise at St. Vincent, and it's been a joy to be St. Vincent College's president. Before briefly addressing our graduates, I want to recognize two special people here today who've done so much for St. Vincent and mean so much to me and our graduates. First, I want to say something about my wife, Mary. She spent her 4 years here cheering at countless sporting events, marveling at the many musicals, praying at daily Mass, eating in the caf, and welcoming nearly 1,000 students into our home. She wasn't paid a penny to do this. She did it because she loves you students, and she loves this college. And she did it while raising 5 children and for a time caring for my 90-year-old mother. Mary Tui, on behalf of the class of 2010, thank you. And finally, I want to say something about Archabbot Douglas Nowicki, the man who has been Chancellor and Archabbot at St. Vincent for nearly as long as you graduating seniors have been alive. There are many things I can say about my admiration for Archabbot Douglas and gratitude to him. He did so much to make my family feel at home from day one, and it's been a joy to labor by his side for the good of the college and witness firsthand his priestly service so generously expressed through countless acts of service and kindness. Now, you here in attendance may not know this, but today is Archabbot Douglas's birthday. Gee, if only we had a conductor here to lead us in singing. But we'll pass on that, but we wish you a happy birthday, Archabbot Douglas, and thank you as well. I simply want to say this to the class of 2010, you great graduates. You and I have a special bond because we arrived on this campus at the same time and will leave this stage together, and we also will be going out looking for work together. I have 5 kids, so I need a letter of reference from you. But we've seen so many things together, haven't we, on this campus? So many new buildings constructed, the largest project in our history now underway, about to be completed. But a college isn't a collection of bricks. It's a community of people. Roommates, teammates, faculty advisors, favorite professors, workout buddies, and of course, the one and only Judy Spells. I promised Judy I'd work that in somewhere. But it's true that your time at St. Vincent, and actually the history of this great college, is a story of relationships. Through your liberal education, you acquired knowledge in your field of study, as well as critical thinking skills. And I hope you also have developed the capacity to form lasting relationships in life that may lead to marriage and children, or in some other way to a communion of hearts and loving service. As a Catholic Benedictine college, we also hope that during your 4 years at St. Vincent, you encountered Jesus Christ, and that as you process from this stage, your footsteps will find their way to heaven. This year, the St. Vincent community celebrated the bicentennial of the birth of Boniface Wimmer, our founder. And I leave you with a few of his words. He said to his companions as they were leaving Germany for America, "I do not know the future. I only show you the cross." Those words were not intended to frighten his companions. Rather, they were an invitation to relationship, to sacrifice, to love others, to serve others. It's my prayer that you too will discover the joy of a life lived for others and the freedom that comes through sacrifice and sharing. We would have no graduation here if those 19 monks had not answered this call to love. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, and so in this month dedicated to the Blessed Mother, to whom this college is consecrated, it's your alma mater's hope that you live as fearlessly and as generously as she did. Thank you, class of 2010. You will always have a special place in my heart, in the childhood memories of my children, and more important, to the 164-year history of St. Vincent College. God bless you.
The Right Reverend Douglas R. Nowicki of the Order of St. Benedict, Archabbot and Chancellor, will now introduce and confer upon our commencement speaker an honorary degree.
One of the privileges of being chancellor and one of the gifts or entitlements that you have in being around as long as I have is the fact that you can say a few words before you introduce the speaker. I do want to extend a warm welcome to all of you on behalf of the Benedictine community and the St. Vincent College communities. It's my pleasure as the Archabbot and Chancellor to welcome all of you to St. Vincent for this wonderful occasion, and I extend our heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2010, and I welcome in a special way today our commencement speaker and an honorary degree recipient Maestro Manfred Honeck, the conductor of the world-renowned Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra. On this Mother's Day weekend, I also want to welcome all of our mothers of our graduates and all of the mothers who join us today. To all of our students, their families, and guests, to all of you, welcome to St. Vincent. On October 16, 2009, Jim Toohey announced his resignation as the 16th president of St. Vincent College. St. Vincent College has made tremendous progress under his leadership. His contributions advance the mission of St. Vincent College in every way. President and Mrs. Toohey have become well known to all of you. And while, as Jim mentioned, well over 1,000 students have been to their home during these past 4 years. In every way, Jim and Mary have embodied the mission of St. Vincent College as a Catholic, Benedictine liberal arts institution by providing students with the opportunity to grow in faith and to expand not only their minds, but also, and more importantly, their hearts. This past 4 years of the class of 2010 parallel the years of Jim Toohey's leadership here at St. Vincent. He's provided our students not only with an exemplary model of a man of deep faith, but also a family man, as a man committed to as a father to his family, and as a husband to his wife. His attention to our students and to the mission of St. Vincent has been a great blessing to all of you. And Jim, on behalf of the entire college community, the Benedictine community, and all of St. Vincent, thank you for the wonderful 4 years. I would like now to ask our commencement speaker and honorary degree recipient to please come forward for the reading of the citation in honor of this honorary doctorate. Music, great music, gives the spirit repose, awakens profound sentiments, and almost naturally invites us to lift up our mind and heart to God in every situation of human existence, whether joyous or sad. These are the words of our Holy Father, Pope Benedict XVI. Today, St. Vincent College honors Manfred Honeck because as music director of the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra, he gives us the gift of great music. Further, through his life, he teaches us to lift up our mind and heart to God in every situation of human existence, whether joyous or sad. In this, he stands with us at St. Vincent in fulfilling the purpose of a Catholic Benedictine education that seeks to discover through study, work, and prayer the ultimate meaning of our human existence. Maestro Honeck has brought his experience of a rich tradition of European music, both as performer and conductor, to the Pittsburgh Symphony, where as music director he incorporates the youthful, bold spirit of American musicians into his own experience. Thus he enhances in a creative way the identity of the Pittsburgh Symphony as a world-class orchestra. Rejecting modern currents of reductionism, Maestro Honeck affirms the spiritual mystery of the human soul as manifested in the work of those who have given humanity the great gifts of science, literature, art, and music. Of his Catholic faith, he says, "It is a guide. I am an instrument to make music better. It allows me to be very deep in my soul. Therefore, the music probably comes very deep from that area of my soul." He teaches us that great music reflects the joys and the sorrows, the beauty and the terror of life. In turn, great music can live in our heart, enabling us to walk together on our journey with humor and in hope. Maestro Hanek teaches us that great music, like all creation, is sacramental. Complete in itself, yet it can evoke in the soul the experience of transcendent reality, of ultimate truth and beauty. His Catholic sacramental vision of the total mystery of life finds expression in the words of Pope Benedict XVI. "Whoever believes in God, in the God who manifested himself precisely in the altered appearance of Christ, crucified as love to the end, knows that beauty is truth and truth beauty. But in the suffering Christ, he also learns that the beauty of truth also embraces offense, pain, and even the dark mystery of death, and that this can only be found in accepting suffering, not in ignoring it. The icon of the crucified Christ, however, imposes a condition, that we let ourselves be wounded by him, and that we believe in the love who can risk setting aside his external beauty to proclaim in this way the truth of the beautiful." God bless you, Manfred, and all your loved ones. In recognition of his leadership as a world-renowned conductor and music director of the world-renowned Pittsburgh Symphony, as well as his deep devotion to his family and his faith, St. Vincent College bestows upon Manfred Maria Honeck the degree Doctor of Music honoris causa this 8th day of May, 2010.
As you see, I'm now a new human, isn't it? With a spirit now. Let me thank firstly so much to the Carnegie Brass Quintet and the College Jazz Chorus and Thomas Octave. You played and sang wonderfully. It sounded fantastic. I would like to thank St. Vincent College for inviting me to share this momentous occasion of the graduation of the class of 2010 and for bestowing upon me an honorary doctorate. However, your invitation has also created a dilemma for me. Speaking here, I wanted to represent the Pittsburgh region, but I didn't know whether I should begin with a song and a smile from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, or wave a Steelers terrible towel in one hand and my own conductor's baton in the other. Fortunately, your own press release helped to ease my concerns by announcing that I would make a rare a cappella appearance without instrumental accompaniment, so I didn't bring my baton. But I conduct a lot of parts of the world. I never conducted here, actually. Archibald, would you allow me to conduct now the choir of the parents and students of the St. Vincent? Please sing with me the birthday anthem. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Archibald. Happy birthday to you. Wonderful. I think I will invite you for next my concert in Pittsburgh. Welcome to the very Requiem. Although I'm on stage a cappella today, I do bring to you the appreciation of the entire Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra, the musicians, the administration, and the Board of Trustees. This is a great honor for me and for the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra. It is also a beautiful testament to the warm relationship we have established between our institutions. The Steelers and Fred Rogers both have a lasting friendship with St. Vincent College. By the way, welcome to Joanne, the widow of our Fred Rogers. You are here today and it's wonderful to see you. Today, I feel that the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra is joining that distinguished list, and for that I am deeply grateful. Now, I would like to invite you to participate in St. Vincent College Night at the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra on Friday, June 11th, when I will be conducting Mahler's Third Symphony. Just as you invite me to be a part of your family, I invite you to be a part of mine. Now that we are so close, I do have a question for you. How many of you would like to go to heaven? Great. Now, how many of you would like to go right now if God were to offer you this moment? I thought that would be the case, actually. There is so much life to live here on this earth, even though our time here is short. When I was younger, I wanted many things for my life. I wanted to be the best conductor in the world. I'm not yet and will never be. I wanted a car and a family, yet these things must be seen in the bigger picture that through this journey we live life to the fullest with the time that we have. You may have noticed from my accent that I'm not originally from Western Pennsylvania, but I learned quickly that certain Western Pennsylvanian institutions are the region's best ambassadors to the rest of the country and to the world. You already know that the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mr. Rogers bring national and international acclaim to Western Pennsylvania. But did you know that the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra has performed in places beyond the reach of even the Steelers? Next week, we will leave on a 3-week tour performing in Switzerland, Germany, France, Hungary, Slovenia, and very special to me, Vienna, where I began my musical career. Last May, we toured in Asia, performing in China and Taiwan, where we opened the new stadium in Kaohsiung that was the site of the 2009 World Games. And in 2004, before I came to Pittsburgh, this great orchestra had the great honor of performing in the Vatican for His Holiness Pope John Paul II. There is another wonderful connection between us that I want to share with you. I was born and still live in Austria, not in Australia. Please don't mix. I got a lot of post mails from Australia and with some cards with kangaroos on it. My home in Altach is not so far from the Benedictine Abbey of Metten in Bavaria, where Boniface Wimmer, the founder of St. Vincent Archabbey and College, began his life's work. His values were shaped there. From its founding in 766, the monks were deeply involved in education, and Boniface Wimmer brought those values to this institution, ora et labora. Similarly, my values were shaped by my upbringing. No matter how far I travel or how full my schedule is, I conduct a concert every year in my small town in Altach, where I live, and I direct an annual festival in a Renaissance castle nearby Wolfegg in Germany. These are the places where I grew up, and they helped to form me into the person I am today. My home and my family are still in Altach, and I hope that my children will look back on the era with the same fondness I feel. As I thought about what I was going to say to you today, I thought about our very similar roots, and also about how my work is in some ways similar to that of St. Vincent College's graduation speaker 2 years ago, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin. Do you know him? As a conductor, I try to help our team of almost 100 extraordinarily talented musicians, just as Coach Tomlin does for his team. By working together, we create something far more beautiful and wondrous than any individual could do alone. It is about seeing a group become more than the sum of its parts, which is how any organization, a sports team or a symphony orchestra, becomes great. That is leadership. When one becomes an authority figure, such as the conductor of a symphony, you must choose how you will lead. You can be a liberal authority or a dictator like me. However, the best way to become respected is to find the natural leader within yourself. If you stay true to yourself, your leadership will be a natural development. Another similarity between the Steelers and the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra is how the games and pieces we play are orchestrated. A Beethoven symphony may be 40 minutes long. However, no one person plays the entire game. A flute will play and then rest for some time while other instruments speak. In different moments, different instruments take on leading roles. Throughout a football game, different players will have starring roles throughout the 4 quarters. On the concert stage and on the football field, the leader's role is to help the players balance each other's strengths and weaknesses. You will find that the same is true in your professions. In fact, your experience at St. Vincent College may have already taught you these lessons. For example, members of Dr. Mann's Theology of Guatemala course this semester spent their spring break working with children. Now, after graduation, Claire Alessi, you will be spending the next 2 years working with Latino youth on Chicago's West Side. Claire, where are you? Here. You will combine cooperation and dedication in your role, just as a symphony conductor or a football coach do. You all may begin your careers as new members of a team, whether that team consists of a fellow employees in a business or teachers in a school or doctors in a hospital or musicians in an orchestra. As your career progresses, you will find yourself in leadership roles where other members of the team will look to you for guidance. You will learn to work with this team, balancing your strengths and weaknesses against each other, just as Beethoven has done in his symphonies. Your education here, founded on the educational values of Boniface Wimmer, has prepared you in a way that I would like to illustrate with a personal example. I have in my home a house chapel where I can find peace throughout prayer. My family prays together in that space, and I love to be there with them. But even when I am away, wherever I am working, I pray every day. When people ask me how I have time in my life to pray every day, I answer, I clean my teeth every day, so why not my soul? My relationship with God is the same as that of a close friend. If you want to have a close relationship with a friend, then you call them every day. The more you speak with your friend, the more you know them. It is the same with God. If you break the connection between yourself and God, you will lose your honesty with yourself. If the connection breaks, you lose your values and beliefs. You have been trained here at St. Vincent College to bring quality to your field. You have been prepared mentally here for the professional challenges that will come your way. However, you have also learned equally valuable spiritual lessons here. You are able to recognize how God has provided for you. I was once told this story. There was a man who was stuck in quicksand, and he prayed to God to save his life. A traveler happened upon him and offered to pull him out, but the man said, "No, I am praying to God to get me out." Then a doctor happened by and offered his help, but the man again refused, saying that he was waiting for God to save him. Finally, a team of rescuers came to pull him out of the quicksand, but again the man refused their help. As a result, the man died. When he met God after his death, he asked, "Why did you not answer my prayers?" God replied, "But I sent you a traveler, then a doctor, then a team of rescuers." You must be ready to accept God's help through all means, and be aware that you may see answers to your prayers in many different encounters. I have been lucky to be able to build my career on an art form that I love. I'm fortunate that through music I can bring God and spirituality to my audience. This season, I had the honor of working with the St. Vincent College Schola Gregoriana on Mozart's Requiem, and may I say that they were not only wonderful, they were fantastic. We included with the piece readings from revelations from Mozart's letters, from poetry. In Mozart's world, death seemed to be an overtone of every day of his life. And I tried to capture in this version of his Requiem how death was not something to be feared, but a natural part of life. The only way to understand how Mozart responded to his world is through our faith. I know that Mozart prayed to the same God that I pray to today, and he found solace and guidance just as I do through prayer. It can be risky to reinterpret such a famous piece, but when you follow your heart and your heart is open to God, then the risk is worth it. Knowing that you have been honest to yourself and your faith. Without my own connection to God through prayer, I would not have been able to create such an event. Another value close to my heart is my family. When I first met my wife, Christiane, we were playing in a youth orchestra together. We each had to play a difficult passage separately. And when it came to Christiane's turn, I thought she's not very good. I'm sorry, Christiane. I offered to give her a couple of lessons, and instead she ended up to becoming my wife. So be careful if you give lessons in the future. When we were planning to marry, we went to our priest for advice and guidance before such an important commitment. This priest had a deep sense of marriage. He drew for us a triangle with one angle pointing upwards. He labeled each point. The top one was for God, and the other two were for Christiane and me. He explained that in the sacrament of marriage, each point must be connected. This means that I must keep my connection open with God and with my wife. She must do the same. If any one of those pairings becomes disconnected, you will find problems with your marriage. No matter how hectic my professional life can be, with so much travel and preparation, I remember that I must keep strong the connection I have to my wife and the connection I have with God. This is also why we take the time to pray together every day. It solidifies our collective connection through prayer. I believe that this triangle symbol can also be applied to our professional life, keeping God at the upper point, but labeling the bottom 2 points business and family. These 3 parts of your life must also be connected to allow you to be true to your goals. As I have already explained, my family is in touch with God. But it is just as important for me to keep my work life connected with God, and equally so to keep my family life and my work life joined. It is my greatest joy to have my family at my concerts. I strive to include them in the major events of my career and my life. That is why Christiane and one of our sons and our daughter-in-law and our grandchild are here today. Thank you for coming. Similarly, I bring the connection I have with my family to my interpretations of music. I think of my family and our connection with God throughout my performances and my work as music director of the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra. It can be a challenge to keep these 3 separate elements connected in your life, but it is so important. Just as you know, my marriage would suffer if I did not keep the triangle of connections healthy, I know that breaking any pairing between my family and God, between my career and God, or between my business and my family would cause my entire life to suffer. I didn't always understand this. When I was growing up, I often didn't have the courage to pray. My family would not pray as much as I wanted to. And you cannot believe it. And I did not have the courage to pray in front of them. Instead, I would go to the bathroom in order to pray privately. If I was in church, I would look around to see if my friends, our teacher, were there before kneeling to pray. As I matured, I was able to find my courage in my faith. And now prayer and God surround my entire being throughout all of my life. Your values are the most important underpinning for your success throughout your life. Each of you brings something unique to your profession. But no matter where your skills take you, you will always have the choice to remain truthful to yourself or to be swayed by the pressures of outside influences. It may be tempting to give up on faith when difficult decisions arise. But from my experience, nothing more is important. You are fortunate that you have been prepared here at St. Vincent College for the challenges ahead. Your mentors, your teachers, and your fellow students here will always be a part of your life because they have helped you to grow and become who are you today. By choosing St. Vincent College, an institution that offers spiritual as well as professional guidance, you have chosen a path fortified with moral and religious support, along with a strong education in your chosen profession. I will leave you with one final story from my friend Scott Hahn. Mercy Hospital in Pittsburgh is on Pride Street. Scott got lost on his way there. He asked a man on the street for directions, and the man said, "Turn down pride and you will find mercy." The messages of God are everywhere in our world. Thank you so much for inviting me here today. The Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra and I are deeply grateful for the honor you have bestowed upon me and for the invitation to become part of your family by sharing this wonderful day with you. Congratulations and God bless you. Thank you.
We pause for a moment to remember members of the St. Vincent community who have passed away since last year's commencement exercise. Mr. Joseph Riley, Brother Lambert Burns of the Order of St. Benedict, Father Roland Rapoli of the Order of St. Benedict, Father Flavian Yelenko of the Order of St. Benedict, and Father John Murtha of the Order of St. Benedict. Mr. Riley worked at the college for over 40 years in teaching in communications and fine arts, and was one of the two founders of St. Vincent Summer Theater. Brother Lambert Burns was wounded 3 times and was a prisoner of war in World War II. He worked in the library here at St. Vincent for 32 years. Father Roland Rapoli worked in a variety of roles on campus beginning in 1966, including the post office for 20 years and in campus ministry. Before Father Flavian passed away at the age of 103, he was the oldest living monk in the history of St. Vincent Archabbey. Father Flavian served as the college's first librarian between 1922 and 1932. Father John Murtha was a professor of history and served as the college's 13th president between 1985 and 1995. Many of the academic and outreach programs started under Father John's leadership are still thriving here today. We also remember today a member of this class, Mr. Evan Shishotnov, who passed away in September. Although we miss them all dearly, we know their spirits, along with all of our dearly departed loved ones, are with us today, and their memory lives on in the lives of those they have touched. Now we have arrived at the moment for which we have gathered here today. The conferral of degrees will be done by school. You may come in front to take pictures of your graduate when they walk across the stage, However, we ask that you please take care not to interrupt the professional photographers that we have today. Traditionally, we clap for each graduate, but only until they walk past this podium, so that the names of all graduates may be heard. Representing St. Vincent College faculty on the stage is Dr. Matthew Fisher, Associate Professor of Chemistry and Faculty Council President, who will greet each graduate. Dr. Gary M. Quinlevin, Dean of the Alex G. McKenna School of Business, Economics, and Government, will now preside over the conferral of degrees.
Accounting, Bachelor of Science, Sarah Christine Coulson, cum laude. Scott Francis Eckel. Matthew Tyler Fessick. Frank Thomas Fufari, Jr., magna cum laude. Daryl John Gesso, Jr. Garrett Christopher Hazlett. Jess Robert Montler. Allison Kara Panaski, summa cum laude. Jonathan Todd Rosa. Carl Albert Rovnak. Laura Magda Anna Sass, magna cum laude. Stephanie Sickler. Gary Robert Silko. Nicholas Anthony Benson. Business Education, Information Technology, Bachelor of Science, Jessica Marie McHugh, magna cum laude. Mallory Nicole Reese. Economics, Bachelor of Science, Brian Christopher Bertig, cum laude. Christopher Roy Confer, magna cum laude. Mark Philip D'Amico, magna cum laude. Edward Matthew Moss. Finance, Bachelor of Science, Lauren Elise Collins. Ryan Mark Dreselick, magna cum laude. Benjamin J. Fessick. Daniel C. Hall, cum laude. Justin Paul Harris, magna cum laude. Laura Ann Lazuka. Stephen Donald Malloy, magna cum laude. Catherine Ann Mantini. Melissa Ann Meglin. David William Reel. Michael Paul Shanahan. Adam Francis Zorowski. International Business, Bachelor of Science, Kevin Carl Lehman Jr. Jessica Ryan Rogers. Luis Fernando Rodriguez. Christina Lee Williams. Management, Bachelor of Science, Michael K. Abati. Sorry. Michael James Azzarello. Amanda Marie Bertram, cum laude. William Edward Brett. Jason John Brinker, summa cum laude. Jamie Rochelle Connor. Brittany Marie Galaski. Zachary Adam Keltz. Ryan Patrick Kilmer. Robert Lloyd Lackey. John Joseph Mackin. John Martin Matta. Andrew John McLean, cum laude. John Vincent Moore IV, magna cum laude. Brittany Marie Maury. Alyssa Rose Facilio. Carl Marshall Peters. Megan M. Pinkoski. Evan Charles Sanita. Katie Mae Showalter, cum laude. Stephen Joseph Skoranek. Stephanie Lynn Smola. Bradley John Swerzik. Michelle Ann Tashone. Heidi Ann Turak. Bryce J. Webb. Robert E. Wolf. Marketing, Bachelor of Science, Michael Anthony Arabia, summa cum laude. Zachary R. Bell. Lindsay Michelle Bench. Daniel Blazkowski. Rachel Ann Bosco, magna cum laude. Samantha Jane Barclay, magna cum laude. Sean Michael Devlin. Michael Fazio. Kayleen Rose Garlicki, cum laude. Mark Raymond Gonzalez. Christian Mackenzie Graham, summa cum laude. James Blakely Lichtenstein. Philip Edward Lipko. Dominic Alexander Melfera. Stephen Anthony Manna. Gabrielle Fiora Matic. Nicole Marie Matic. Douglas Edward Mehall. Aaron Adelaide Perry. Yuri Christian Raymondelli. Alyssa Marie Rofel, cum laude. Richard Philip Sedlowski. Ashley Laura Yuska, cum laude. Jessica Ann Zigarelli, cum laude. Political Science, Bachelor of Arts, Ben Scott Chambers, magna cum laude. Jason Richard Clark, cum laude. Anna Grace Quathrell, summa cum laude. Amber Adelina Johnston. Kristen Elizabeth Marrero, cum laude. George Christopher Miller, Jr., cum laude. Stanley Evan Preisner, summa cum laude. Shanna Kristen Stoffer. John Bradley Zappone. Political Science, Bachelor of Science, Jacob Charles Basiliak. Magna cum laude. Jacob Patrick Connell. Public Policy Analysis, Bachelor of Science, Jordan William Jaffe, summa cum laude. Public Policy Environmental Affairs, Bachelor of Science, Shane Simmons. I present to you the McKenna School class of 2010.
Brother Norman Hips of the Order of St. Benedict, President-elect of St. Vincent College and Dean of the Herbert W. Boyer School of Natural Science, Mathematics, and Computing, will now preside over the conferral of degrees.
Biochemistry, Bachelor of Science, Robert McKay Axon. Teresa Evelyn Downey, summa cum laude. Courtney Ann Euchre. Corey Frazier. Kaylee Mia Mansour. Bioinformatics, Bachelor of Science, Mary Regina Boland, magna cum laude. Biology, Bachelor of Arts, Margaret Elizabeth Arnone. Timothy John Leggett. Joe Miller. Biology, Bachelor of Science, Craig Martin Anderton. Katie Barrett Barnes. Stephanie Ann Burry. Dana Marie Edwards. Elizabeth Carolyn Fox. Christopher John Garman. Natalie Elaine Gentili, magna cum laude. Cesare Enia Jacopetti. Morgan Claire Hackett. Christopher Dale Hess. Zachary Cooper Hutchinson, cum laude. David Stephen Giancaro, magna cum laude. Kathleen Elizabeth Judge. Zachary Allen Kemble. Bliss Marie Kernodle. Mary Bridget King. Megan Elizabeth Kohler. Robin M. Lutter. Lauren Marie Martino. Adam Michael Miller, magna cum laude. Jonathan DeAndre Nobles. Kayla Marie Palias. James Joseph Rechtenwall, magna cum laude. John Paul Rossi, summa cum laude. Gilbert Van Schaefer II, cum laude. Matthew Paul Shirley, cum laude. Nicole Marie Slack, summa cum laude. James David Vargo, summa cum laude. Tausha Wileen Varner. Megan Colleen Wells, magna cum laude. Michael Walter Wong. Chemistry, Bachelor of Science, David Michael Benson. Justin Edward Bryan. Anna Elizabeth Conlon. Gabriel Thomas DiConstanzo, magna cum laude. David Michael Ference. Michael A. Novak. John W. Patrick. Judith Marie Spells, the one and only. Erin Melissa Wachter. Computing and Information Science, Bachelor of Science, Nathan Lewis Hoffer, summa cum laude. Paul Kelly Scarone. Joshua Michael Woods, summa cum laude. Environmental Science, Bachelor of Science, Andrew John Bonifaci. Mathematics, Bachelor of Science, Michelle Carolyn Angelo, magna cum laude. Daniel Joseph Bryan. Jessica Lee Campbell. Nathaniel Lee Dippold, cum laude. Christopher William Fiano, magna cum laude. Aaron Mara Franciscus, cum laude. Elizabeth Michelle Moss. Philip Lee Parks. Andre Sirik. Brianna Lynn Taylor, summa cum laude. Linda Marie Walker, cum laude. Mathematics Engineering, Bachelor of Arts, Cassandra Michelle Alberding. Andrew Philip Chirilla, cum laude. Corey Prescott Chirilla, cum laude. Physics, Bachelor of Science, Joshua Eli Brown. David Michael Grassi. Andrea Renee Elaine Hoover. Mark Monroe McLean, Jr. The graduates of the Herbert W. Boyer School of Natural Sciences, Mathematics, and Computing.
Father Rene Kolar of the Order of St. Benedict, Dean of the School of Humanities and Fine Arts, will now preside over the conferral of degrees.
Bachelor of Arts in Art History, Barbara Jean Brunetta, cum laude. Bachelor of Arts in Arts Administration, Alicia Lee Bowtie. Alicia Ann Bowman. And Mark Stanton Duman, cum laude. Department of English, Bachelor of Arts, Benjamin Paul Colantonio, cum laude. Dana Marie Hughes. Patricia Marie Maggio, magna cum laude. Nicholas Anthony Manning, cum laude. Adam David Mazza, cum laude. Mary Catherine Mobley, summa cum laude. Melissa Ann Moyer, cum laude. Nicholas Dean Nagel. Gretelyn Adelaide Marie Noy Palver. Alicia Ray, magna cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Shalakowski, magna cum laude. Alexandra Carlene Shosko. Mackenzie Caitlin Smith, cum laude. Catherine Marie Stodola, summa cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Stervig, magna cum laude. And Kelsey Lynn Sullivan. In the Department of Graphic Design, Bachelor of Arts, Chelsea Marie Henemuth, magna cum laude. And Kelly Lynn Timo, cum laude. Department of History, Bachelor of Arts, Ashley Ann Barco. Meredith Ann Behrman, magna cum laude. Jared Emmanuel Bowman. Jennifer Marie Kramer. Marcus John Crowley. Stephanie Ann Dorado. Ian Michael Dunlap, magna cum laude. Michael Anthony Fontana. Eric Joseph Harvey, cum laude. Mary Ellen Levin. Patrick James McManus. David George McNaughton, summa cum laude. Marjorie Eleanor Larissa Merod, summa cum laude. Kevin James Orr, cum laude. Julie Marie Persinger, magna cum laude. Keith Laverne Purdy. Michael J. Sanders, summa cum laude. Michael Patrick Smith, magna cum laude. Mallory Nicole Stevenson, magna cum laude. Michael Craig Watkins. And John R. Zacher, cum laude. Department of Liberal Arts, Bachelor of Arts, Kelly and Murtha. And Mark Colby Shuey. Department of Music, Bachelor of Arts, Brandon Michael Unferdorfer. Department of Philosophy, Bachelor of Arts, Michael Joseph Cartier. And Chris Carl Wilhide. Department of Spanish, Bachelor of Arts, Marie Therese de la Cordiade Ford. And Courtney R. Urban. Department of Studio Arts, Bachelor of Arts, Mandy Kathleen Jessel, magna cum laude. Ashley Josephine Sheets. And Sky Anna Relic Unfeldorfer. Department of Theology, Bachelor of Arts, Claire Marie Alessi. Lauren Marie Gates, cum laude. Michael John Hauser, magna cum laude. Laura Ann Elizabeth Hauser, magna cum laude. Gabriel Andrew Jacobison, magna cum laude. And Catherine Elizabeth Machoice, magna cum laude. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of the 2010 School of the School of Humanities and Fine Arts.
Dr. Mary Beth Spoor, Dean of the School of Social Sciences, Communication, and Education, will now preside over the conferral of degrees. Dr. Veronica Ent, Chairperson of the Department of Education and Program Director of our Education Graduate Programs, will assist in hooding those receiving master's degrees.
Curriculum and Instruction, Master of Science, Lindsay Ann Friedline. Tess Lauren Jones. Ronald Joshua Saul. Christina Marie Stirk. Carrie Elise Torgerson. Educational Media and Technology, Master of Science, Sarah Catherine Boyce. Janet Lee Parson. Environmental Education, Master of Science, Daniel Allen Doherty. School Administration and Supervision, Master of Science, Aaron Richard Ward. Special Education, Master of Science, Jessica Dawn Allison. Maggie L. Anna. Elizabeth Ann Goodman. Catherine Singer Hutchinson. Nicole Marie Mesticchio. Elissa Ann Peters. Wendy Lou Root Adamson. Katie Ann Weir. Department of Anthropology, Bachelor of Arts, John Joseph Allen, summa cum laude. Communication, Bachelor of Arts, Dwayne Larice Ashley. Brittany Maria Bennett, magna cum laude. Matthew Michael Brockway. Catherine Alyssa Caringula, magna cum laude. Blair E. Flickinger, cum laude. Philip Alexander Hamilton. Sarah Elizabeth Hilf, cum laude. Rachel Madeline Hill, cum laude. Melissa Joan Kaminsky, summa cum laude. Corey Francis Macy, cum laude. Philip Michael Massantonio. Eddie McGee. Jonathan Michael McMahon. Stephen James Meyer. Sherry Ann Moats. Alexandria Catherine Musica, cum laude. James Podnar. Neil Owen Quinn. Sarah Michelle Rollitz, magna cum laude. Abby Ray Sloss, cum laude. Sarah Eileen Theory Matt. Ryan Frederick Tatman. Alyssa Lee Trunzo. John Mario Woodruff. Elementary Instruction, Bachelor of Science. Alicia Nicole Andring, cum laude. Mary Kimberly Ashmore, summa cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Baker. Kelsey Marie Bensonhofer, summa cum laude. Lindsay Ray Cable, summa cum laude. Christine Marie Coral, cum laude. Sarah Marie Cushy. Sarah Ashley Fulmer, cum laude. Jacqueline Lene Higby. Heather Nicole Johnson. Christy Sue Keppel. Casey Lynn Loth, cum laude. Elizabeth Marie LeVay. Alexandra Emily Lynch, summa cum laude. Erica DeHaven Marchese. Caitlin Virginia McBride. Molly Danielle McMaster, cum laude. Molly Alice Michael. Marianne Celeste Molesky, cum laude. Kate Patricia O'Toole. Amy Rose Platt, magna cum laude. Allison Brecht Poland. Gabrielle Rose Pollock, magna cum laude. Brianna Nicole Pooter, cum laude. Caitlin Patricia Roos, magna cum laude. Christy Lynn Sawyer. Marley Ann Stroh-Snyder. Department of Psychology, Bachelor of Science, Reginald Hamilton Butler, cum laude. Brian Christopher Fowler, cum laude. Mario Anthony Frigello. Teresa Ann Kiefer. Colleen Michelle Keelan, summa cum laude. Erin Elizabeth Kelly, cum laude. Jessica Rose Ludwig, cum laude. Lauren Nicole Marshall, cum laude. Megan Marie McKinney. Jacqueline Defina Novak. Sharon D. Ortiz. Casey Ann Porbaugh. Benjamin Thomas Probst, cum laude. Tiffany Rose Prushnik, magna cum laude. Vaughn France Russo Sadekny. Brittany Ann Vignero. Brandon Gregory Weiss. Department of Sociology, Bachelor of Arts, Paul Michael Heinmuller, cum laude. Amanda Nicole Houts. Maura Kathleen Jackson, cum laude. Edward Eugene Lillard. Giovante Ann Murphy. Melanie Beth Ondeck, summa cum laude. Isabel Teresa Orozco, cum laude. Christina Catherine Rydell. On behalf of the faculty in the School of Social Sciences, Communication, and Education, I congratulate our graduates and their families.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of St. Vincent College 2010. I am pleased to introduce Senior Class President, Ms. Alexandria C. Mizuska, for the presentation of the Senior Class Gift.
Well, seniors, it's finally here. We're now officially St. Vincent alumni. As we received our diplomas today and we leave our undergraduate careers behind, stop and think about how much of an impact St. Vincent College has had on us, and in turn, how much of an influence we have left here. St. Vincent is a place rich in history, and the class of 2010 has positively contributed to this legacy. This year's class gift preserves our history as undergrads. The senior class has donated a showcase to the Latimer Family Library. Currently, it displays our accomplishments and memories. From your senior thesis to photos, awards, and artwork, we have set a very high standard for others to meet, academically, spiritually, socially, and personally. Putting all of our hard work together in this one place really emphasizes what a talented and ambitious group of individuals that we are, and what promising futures we have ahead of us. It's our turn now to become part of St. Vincent College history. We have learned here, laughed here, and loved here. Every experience has shaped us. From St. Vincent, we now have an esteemed education, the fondest of memories, and the best of friends, all that will last us a lifetime. So, as we start the next part of our lives, don't forget everything that we learned here. And never lose touch with St. Vincent, because there's only one place in the world where everybody knows your name. We might be leaving St. Vincent today, but St. Vincent will never leave us. As president of the class of 2010, I want to thank everyone here, our parents, faculty, staff, administration, friends, and mentors. You've given us the confidence that we need to succeed, and I know that we are all very appreciative of every opportunity that you've given us. Class of 2010, this is it. Enjoy these last moments. We should be proud of everything that we've accomplished. Congratulations.
Thank you, Allie. And on behalf of the St. Vincent community, I want to thank the senior class for that wonderful and thoughtful gift. Please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps for the singing of the St. Vincent College alma mater, led by the St. Vincent College Jazz Choir. Thank you to the St. Vincent College Jazz Choir and its director, Tom Octave, and thank you to all who made this day possible. The Right Reverend Douglas R. Nowicki of the Order of St. Benedict, Archabbot and Chancellor of St. Vincent, will offer the benediction. Following the benediction and recessional, Mr. Christopher Fiano, former Student Government Association President, and Miss Alexandria Musica, Senior Class President, will conduct the traditional ringing of the Ave Maria bell, now in Melvin Plots. Graduates, family, and friends are invited to a reception next door in the Placid Hall Community Center, following the ringing of the bell.
We've gathered here this afternoon to pay tribute to the graduates of the St. Vincent College class of 2010. We give thanks to all of those who have encouraged them to grow in wisdom, in understanding, and in love. Mindful that the gifts that we celebrate this day are rooted ultimately in our good and gracious God, whose all-embracing love unites us this day, let us bow our heads in prayer. Dear God, accept our thanks for all the goodness that you have created for our fragile world through the graduates of the class of 2010. You have blessed them with many and unique talents. Bless them now with grateful hearts to you and to all who have made this day possible for them. Lord, on this weekend when we remember in a special way our mothers, both living and deceased, we thank you for the love and strength they have given to us, most especially to the graduates of this class of 2010. Accept our thanks for all of the goodness you have given to us through the creative gifts of Manfred Honeck. Through music, you have made him an ambassador of your love to all the world. Bless his wife, Christiana, and all his family. Bless the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra and all of their endeavors to stir our hearts through the creative power of your divine presence, through the gift of their great music. Lord, today we thank you in a special way for the service of Jim Toohey as the 16th president of St. Vincent College. He has given generously of his time and talents to the students, to the faculty administration of St. Vincent College, to the Benedictine community, to the church, and to this community at large. Bless Jim and Mary and all of the Toohey family. Bless our chief shepherd, Bishop Brandt, the Bishop of the Diocese of Greensburg, along with our President-elect, Brother Norman Hips, our board chairman, Chris Donahue, and the entire St. Vincent College community, our faculty, administration, alumni and friends, and most especially our students. We ask your blessing, dear Lord, on this class of 2010, on their parents and families, and all who have been a source of growth and encouragement to them during their years here at St. Vincent. We pray especially for their teachers, those who have opened both their minds and their hearts to your truth and to your love. Bless all who gather with us here this afternoon. Keep us all in your ever-abiding love and peace. To your name, O Lord, be praised. We ask this through Jesus Christ our Lord, who lives and reigns with you now and forever. Amen.